Hey there, how's it going? This is Sarah Bailey. I'm coming to you from our bonus room. Right now, my son is in the room right next to my office, and he's too noisy, so I can't be in there. So, anyway, welcome to my bonus room. But today, I want to talk to you about your target market for your home business and how to define who that is. Now, if I was to ask you, who's your target market, do you even know what I'm talking about? Do you have a target market? Have you ever sat down and thought about who your ideal prospect is or who your ideal client is? It's really important that you do so. And I'm going to give you a list of, like, I don't know, 20 questions maybe or more of things that you can ask yourself when you try to figure out who your target market is. Because I can promise you, the better you are at zeroing in on who your ideal client is or prospect is, the more success you are going to have in your business. And I've never really talked about this before in my YouTube videos or on my blog. But keep in mind, when I go through all these questions, they will already be written down on my blog. So if you're finding this video on YouTube, you'll be able to go to the blog post, and the link for the blog post should be right below the YouTube video as well. So you can go back to the blog post and see the list of questions already written out. You can print it out, okay? So we're going to talk about the target market, and you're going to see me referring to my notes because I have some good stuff for you today, and I don't want to miss out. So don't punish me for for looking over at my notes. But anyway, so when I think about my own personal target market, I have a specific group in mind. And the more specific I've gotten in my target market, the better I've been able to be at building a team of people for my business. And I want you to be able to do the same thing. All right. So, and your business is likely different than mine, and your target market's going to be very different, and that's okay. But so I'll go over mine, then I'm going to go over the questions to help you zero in on yours. Okay, so my target market are people who've already been in home business. They are struggling to have success. They've never really achieved the level of income they wanted to achieve in their other businesses. They may or may not have had support from their upline, but like I said, they're not making the income they want. They don't really like recruiting. They don't want to recruit friends and family. They don't want to have home parties and events or have to go away to home parties and events. They really want to be able to work from home, sit in front of their computer, and be able to hang out with their family and actually have a true home business where they're actually able to work it from home. So I've been very more specific about who they are and what I want you to do, and I have more specifics beyond that, but I don't want to bore you with all my target market things, but like who my target audience is. So I'm going to help you do that for you, okay? Now, the challenge for people sometimes is that they're way too broad. For you, if I was to ask you who your market is, target market, and if you tell me everyone, guess what? You're going to struggle. Ironically, what you'll find is the more you can narrow it down and zero in on exactly what you're looking for, the better you're going to be at building your team and building your business. Okay, you just have to trust me on that. All right, you may end up building a team of people from all different backgrounds, and that's fine. But you'll see if you want to do advertising like on Craigslist or Facebook or newspapers or magazines, you really need to know who your target market is. So, what are these questions? Now, you're not necessarily asking the prospects these questions, but these are what you're asking yourself to figure out who the ideal people are to talk to. You're going to come up with your own avatar for your own client, prospect, customer, that kind of thing. So first things first, demographics. How old are they? Are these 20-somethings? Are they in their 30s? Are they retired? How old are they? Are they males or females? What's their education level? What do they look like? What kind of personality do they have? Are they outgoing? Are they shy and introverted? What are they like? Are they married, single, divorced, widowed? Do they have kids? Do they have pets? What kind of hobbies do they have? Do they have business experience at home already? What kind of success have they had in other home businesses? Are they good at recruiting? Do they like recruiting? Do they like team building? Do they know how to close people at the end of a presentation? And don't worry about that. If that's a struggle of yours, you can figure it out. There are lots of ways to figure out how to do that, and I have some help too for that. Their education level, I already talked about. What about their income level? How much money are they making right now? But also, what is their desired income? What are they looking to achieve? With their income status now, what kind of financial challenges are they facing right now? That's a really good question to ask yourself. What do they care about in their lives? What's important to them? Come up with questions related to your specific products. For example, if you sell nutritional products for weight loss, then you might want to paint the picture even more clearly for your ideal customer. And that would be, do they need to lose 5 pounds or 20 pounds or 50 pounds? Have they tried lots of different diets before? How many different diets have they tried before? And what level of success did they have? What kind of foods do they eat? Do they take supplements or vitamins? Do they exercise? Are they into sports? That kind of thing, okay? Now, when you start to zero in and you know who your target market is, you've gone through these list of questions, you have a really clear picture of what you're looking for. Now, when you go to do advertising, like in newspapers, Craigslist, things like that, or on Facebook, and not just Facebook ads, but I mean, really, even things that you're posting on your wall, you can zero in on the type of people you're looking for, okay? And the way to do it is not by saying, hey, do you want to lose 15 pounds? Come try my product. That's not what I mean. What I mean is adding valuable posts that relate to the industry that you're in. So if you're in the weight loss industry, you might post tips about general health. You might post tips about supplements. You might say something about exercise. Do you know that exercising 3 times a week can increase your lifespan by 5 years or 10 years or whatever it is? Or here's a fascinating fact about this. Or you could put a rainbow on a picture of a rainbow on your wall with different fruits and vegetables in the rainbow. Like if for healthy eating, to get the antioxidants that you need in your diet, choose foods from the whole rainbow. Blue for blueberries, strawberries, apples, bananas, and all this stuff. So things like that. So post things that are helpful tips for people. If you blast people on Facebook with everything only about your business and what a great opportunity you have, people are going to throw up and they're going to unfriend you and they're not going to follow you, okay? But if you give value-added things, people will respect that and they will come back. Personally, for my business, because I do e-commerce and online sales, if I post something about a recent sale that I made, like on eBay or Amazon, and I might just celebrate my success, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I just sold this and made this much money on it. That's, I'm happy about that. And every time I've done something like that, people have ended up joining my team because they see that and that's attractive to them. But if I post something about something completely unrelated, then I'm not really targeting my market. But I will, this is just an aside, and this is just about Facebook, I'll post a whole variety of things. I post inspirational quotes and once in a while something spiritual, and I'll do funny things about friends or my kids or family, things like that. But when I post business related things, it's not always about my company. In fact, it rarely is about the company. It's usually about something related to what it is we do. So I hope that that makes sense to you, okay? So I know if I try to target those people who would fit my business that I'm looking for, I'm going to lose some other people. That's okay. I'm looking for the right people who might want to join my business. And like I said earlier, not everybody's qualified for your business. That's fine. And actually, the more you zero in on what you're looking for, the better your posture is going to be, the better your confidence is going to be. Because if you realize somebody is not right for your business and you can say no to that person, what does that do for your self-esteem and your confidence? It will boost it up because it's giving you some power. It's giving you some control to say, you know what? I don't need everybody in my business. Now, if you've been struggling to recruit and it's always been hard for you to be able to build a team, you might feel like you would take anybody, but trust me, you don't want to be there. The more discerning you are and the more discriminating of what kind of person you're looking to have on your team with the kind of qualities that I just went through, you'll find the better you'll be at recruiting and the more people will actually want to join you in your business. So have a clear picture of what you're looking for. And what I'd like you to do is to post a comment below if you like the video and the blog post. Like I said before, I hope I mentioned it earlier, all of these questions that I went over are going to be on my blog in a blog post. So that way you don't have to go back and rewind and write down all the questions. Just go to my blog. It's www.sarahdbailey.com, and I'll put that link on. You should see it right below. And go there, and the blog post will be there. And I'll also put a link for the blog post right below the YouTube video if this is where you found it. And write a comment either below the YouTube video or on my blog, or send me a message add me on Facebook. Let me know how it's going for you, and I want to see what happens with you. I really do. I really want you to have success in your business. You don't have to be in my business for me to be happy for you to have success. I want everybody to have success. So post your results. Let me know. Send me a message. Tell me what happens after you go through and you zero in on your target market. What kind of success are you having, and how has it changed your business? So hope this has been helpful to you. Hope you have a super fantastic day, and we'll see you soon.